I want to make sure that I put some blending gel on my brush as I'm adding the colors. I'm going to start with the Turner's Yellow and the Poetry Green. You can see my brush, I have one color on one side and one on the other. I'm just going to approach the paper and just do a random slip slap with the paint. I'm going to go back into my other colors. Where I had the Turner's Yellow, I will dip into the Vintage Orange, and where I had the green, I will dip into the Autumn Leaves. I'm not cleaning my brush in between. I'm just dipping and just randomly slapping. I'm also going back in occasionally and dipping into the blending gel just so that I make sure the palette stays moist underneath until I get ready to do the petals with the rose white. I want a little bit more green over in this corner. Okay, I'm finished with this brush. This was a 1-inch flat plaid 1-stroke brush. Now I'm going to be using a filbert brush. This is the 1/2 inch plaid 1-stroke filbert. I'm going to moisten it a little bit and then dry it on a paper towel some. Now, first I'm dipping it into the blending gel, then I'm dipping it directly into my rose white. So it is fully loaded here with just the rose white. But as you can see, as I go to make my petals, it will pull in the colors from underneath. I'm starting flat and pulling up to chisel as I come to the middle of the flower. Flat, pull to chisel. You can make either 4 or 5 petal flowers. This looks a little open. I may add another petal. I'm going to overlap my flowers, pull down. You can come from outside the circle of paint, it doesn't matter. It's better not to seem too boxed in. Pull, turn, and lift. Pull, turn, lift to chisel. Pull, turn, lift to chisel. We're coming into another flower here. I'm overlapping the last flower that I did. There. I think I like these better with 5 petals. They seem a little fuller. These are not particular flowers. These are fantasy flowers just for decoration. They don't have to be identified as any particular flower, but you can see how the white stands out, but it's also picking up the color that's still damp on the page underneath. Okay. Also, as you turn, it tends to leave a little bit of an edge, which looks like a natural turn of the flower petal. Pull, turn, lift. Pull, turn, lift. Pull, turn, lift. That one's looking a little bit too symmetrical. So I'm going to come off from the side here and add another couple petals here. Okay. This part I have not done yet. I want to pull in some of this orange and yellow tone. Pull, turn, lift. Pull, turn, lift. We may not quite finish all of this section here, but you can get the idea of how I'm pulling these flowers in. Pull, turn. You can also pull and turn this way. Whatever is more comfortable to you. If you're left-handed, right-handed, find the direction it feels more comfortable to you to pull. And you can see the flowers are starting to come together here. I still have a little bit more here. I would like to cover up a little bit more of the color. You'll notice when you load your brush, you're going to have paint on each side. As you're pulling in, you're really only using paint from one side of the brush. Just turn it, use up the paint on the other side. You can see our flowers are getting a little full. Now for the centers, very simple. You can either use a 1/4 inch dauber. You could use a Q-tip. You can use the handle of your brush. I'm not sure exactly right now where my daubers are. I know I bought some recently, but I couldn't tell you where they are. Okay, what I'm going to do is look for a brush that has a flat end, sort of roundish flat end. Dip that end into my green paint and simply daub on. Overlay. Willow's helping me here. Okay, dip, tap, dip, tap. You may need to tap a little bit more. You can go back and do it again. I usually dip the brush each time I'm going to put a center on a flower. It just freshens it up, and that way you don't come up with just a half a circle. This paint's a little thick. It's kind of old. You can try different colors. Try an orange one if you think that would look better. It all depends. That was a little bit thick there. On how you want the centers to look. I think after all I like the green better. Dip, tap. That one's, let's see, it's leaving a little bit of a hole in the middle. So dip, tap again, dip, tap again. And those are my flowers. Okay, that's it for this lesson. We'll try again for another part of the border. I'm going to turn this off and film a little bit of a cluster that I did on the wall, and also let you see a painting that I did with similar style flowers in more pastel shades.